Leonardo da Vinci is responsible for some of the most recognizable paintings in the world. Not only an artist, Da Vinci spent his years writing, inventing, and testing out scientific theories. He was an anatomist, an architect, a botanist, and a scientist, a mathematician and a musician, an industrious polymath that never stopped creating. But it's his contribution to the world of art that he will be best remembered, and it's this painting that stands out above all others. She lies quietly in the 200-year-old halls of the Louvre in Paris, encased, protected, and guarded. But she hasn't always been kept under such heavy security. So today we'll be taking a look at this amazing piece of creation and asking the question, why and how was the Mona Lisa stolen? Our story begins on August 21st, 1911. A museum contract worker has just decided to hide himself in a storage room. His plan? To steal the Mona Lisa from the Louvre in Paris. And so a few hours after the museum locks its doors, he strikes and carefully removes the portrait from its frame and wraps it in a white cloth. The worker's name is Vincenzo Peruggia, and the next morning he simply walks out the door with the piece tucked under his arm. But within 24 hours the story hits every major newspaper across the world, and things slowly start to heat up for Peruggia. Fast forward 2 years later, where the painting lies at the bottom of an old trunk in an apartment in Paris. And only then does Peruggia decide to board a train and take the painting all the way to his native Italy. So what exactly is Peruggia's plan? Well, after laying low for nearly 2 years, Peruggia is hoping that some of the heat has now died down. See, up until 1911, the Mona Lisa was not very well known. It hung in the back rooms of the museum and didn't carry any of the mystery that it does today. But all this dramatically changed after a series of ad campaigns about the piece went across the world on print media. And unfortunately for Peruggia, a massive manhunt was now well underway. Brought on by international pressure, the Parisian police had interrogated a huge amount of suspects that even pulled in some of the biggest names of the day: Pablo Picasso, Apollinaire, and even the American financier JP Morgan. And so after finding himself in Florence, Peruggia waits another few months and then contacts the owner of a local art gallery. Ironically, had Vincenzo Peruggia been alive today, he wouldn't have had to go to such lengths to try and have his very own masterpiece. Masterworks allows anyone, like you and I, to buy portions of high quality art and enables its members to invest in masterpieces from the likes of Jean-Michel Basquiat, Pablo Picasso and Claude Monet. The art is then held over time until Masterworks finds the best time to sell. All you have to do is create an account, browse their list of offerings, and click on the painting you want to invest in. You can then hold on to it until it sells to collect your portion of the proceeds, or you can just sell it on to someone else. Pretty simple, right? And because Masterworks just finished their Series A funding at a valuation of over $1 billion, there is now a wait list to be approved. But if you use the link in the description below, you get to bypass the line straight away. But for now, let's jump back into our story. So we last left Vincenzo Peruggia in Florence, where he's just about to sell the Mona Lisa to the owner of an art gallery. And that's exactly what he tries to do, and that's exactly how he gets caught. The owner, Matteo Fratelli, contacts the owner of the Uffizi Gallery in Florence for verification, who then authenticates the piece as the original Mona Lisa. The two then contacted police, and Peruggia, who was waiting for his reward in a nearby hotel, is quickly arrested. And the painting again hits the headlines all over the world. The only difference this time is Vincenzo Peruggia, whose face is broadcast across the world right beside the Mona Lisa. So the only question that remains is, why did Peruggia steal it? Well, according to his trial, Peruggia said it was an act of patriotism and believed the Mona Lisa really belonged to the Italian people, as he assumed it was originally stolen by Napoleon and then taken to France during Napoleon's invasion of Italy in the late 1700s. In reality, the painting was given to the King of France as a gift by Leonardo da Vinci in 1516. There are of course other theories as to why Peruggia stole it. One theory was that he was simply broke and just needed the money, and another theory was that he grew tired of the Italian slurs and taunts by his French co-workers. Regardless, Peruggia's plea of patriotism to the Italian court resulted in a reduced sentence of only 8 months in prison. And after a brief tour of Italy, the Mona Lisa, otherwise known as La Gioconda, was returned to France, which by then, with the help of Vincenzo Perugia, was now the most famous painting in the world.